Rebound, rebound, bounce.
So you've got your rebounder, and as you can see, it folds in half, and now it is opening time. So the first thing we want to notice is there is a flat side on one half of the hinge and a more sort of smaller side. So I usually put the flatter side on the floor, and it's very important to be safe when you do this. So we're going to come down, we very gently lift the rebounder half up, and we're going to gently push it down, and it will lock in place. So the hinges are now locked. It's much better to do it from a low position than to try and stand and bend over. This way you can also prevent it from snapping back on you. The legs are connected to the frame by springs and held in place for transport by little elastics. And we're going to just loosen those, pop each leg onto its pin. And from here, we literally turn it over, close the flaps, which cover the hinges, and you're good to go. You may find the first time that you climb on that you hear a little clunk sound, and that would simply be the springs aligning themselves with the bull horns and in the frame, and you're ready to bounce. Okay. If you want to close it, we're simply going to reverse that process. The first thing we do want to do is we pull the flaps back. And the reason we do that is if we fold it while the flaps are in place, they will tear, and obviously then that doesn't look as good. From here, we're going to turn the rebounder upside down, legs up. And in order to get the legs off, it's very important that we gently ease them off. Now, there is a little leg spring, and if you pull this leg too hard, the leg spring stretches and the leg will obviously fall off. You will find sometimes along the way, after bouncing for many hours, that sometimes these legs become a little tight. Please be aware that if you pull, and suddenly it gives, it's going to stretch that spring, and we may need to replace that, which is not a train smash, but preferably you want to do like a little turning motion, almost as if you were screwing it backwards and forwards, and that should loosen it, and then you place the leg back into the center. And we'll do that again with each one. Now from here, we're going to fold the rebounder back in half. So we're going to stand on one half of the frame. So I have a hinge in front of me on either side, and I'm going to stand on that side. I'm going to come down on my knee and put a hand on the other half. So at the moment, I'm putting weight on one half of the frame. Now I'm going to grab hold of the other half and literally just pull it towards me. In the beginning, if it is a bit tight, it's simply because the springs are new and the hinges are new, so it may be a little firm, so it's just to give it a little tug. As long as you've got your weight on either side of the hinges, then you simply pull the other half towards you. Now, when you pack it together, it's very important that the leg isn't sitting on top of the pin, because if you close the frame, that half of the frame will now push against the leg. So we do want to make sure that the legs are actually folded in. And then it's simply a case of bring it together. You have a nice tight fit, and your rebounder is ready for travel.
Rebound, rebound.